What's up, guys? Welcome back. The holiday season is coming in hot and no holiday spread is complete without candied yams. Today I'm going to show you a quick, easy, and delicious stovetop method that's going to save you some oven space during the holidays. Meet me in the kitchen, let's make it happen.
Maybe the world's greatest hot. This is good. Is this citrus?
It's perfect. Yeah, that orange.
Another bite. Can I get to the yams? Sweet.
All right, people, first things first, let's take a look at these ingredients and let's address the elephant in the room. We call them candied yams, but really they're sweet potatoes. We have 4 medium-sized sweet potatoes here: cinnamon, nutmeg, maple extract, butter extract, and vanilla extract. I like to go the extra mile with some of these flavors. If you want to just use vanilla extract, that's cool, but I'm telling you the maple and the butter extract really take the flavor profile to the next level. We got a stick of butter. We got a pinch of sugar, we got a little ginger, and some oranges, which those two ingredients to me really take the flavor of these candied yams to new heights. You can keep it simple, but I'm telling you, a little ginger and a little orange really elevate the flavor here. Of course, you can't have candied yams without sugar. We got white and brown sugar because we don't discriminate, 1 cup of each. All right, folks, the equipment you're gonna need now is a nice sharp knife, a potato peeler, and a bowl to clean your potatoes. When I'm prepping my potatoes, I like to chop the end off to give me an even surface to work with. I know some people say this is wasteful, and I understand where you're coming from, but you're not losing much potato by doing this, and this is just how I'm accustomed to doing it. That's like a nice even surface. That way I can peel the potatoes more efficiently, in my opinion. So I'm gonna start with that, and then I'm gonna break out the peeler. And I'm going to peel all the skin that we're going to discard right into this stainless steel dish here. Throw that away. Then we're going to slice the potatoes, get it in that bowl, and clean them thoroughly. Remember, guys, potatoes grow from the inside the ground. They tend to be rather dirty when you get them from the store. They're what's called a tuber in the vegetable family. So you want to make sure you get them nice and clean before you serve them to your guests on Thanksgiving or Christmas. Or anytime you decide to make yams. I eat them year round. A lot of people do. So we're going to peel them nicely. You don't want to leave much skin on these. For like russet potatoes, Yukon Gold, red skinned potatoes, I don't mind the skin, but on a sweet potato, I don't usually eat the skin. So, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and give our sweet potatoes a nice slice like this. I want them to be relatively thin. The thinner you cut them, the faster they're going to cook. So if you're pressed for time, this is a good way to save a little time. When it comes to sweet potatoes, you really want to make sure you got a nice sharp knife. Otherwise, they can really be a pain to cut. You can cut them however you want to. Typically, I dice mine up or cube them, but today we're going to leave them more traditional. Nice little circles here. People always complain when I dice them up. I don't know why, but hey, this one's for you, the complainers out there. I'm going to keep it traditional, keep it old school, circle sweet potatoes. So you guys can stay off my back this Thanksgiving. Quick slices. Into the mixing bowl, cold water, rinse them until the water runs clear. All right, folks, as with most delicious holiday recipes, this is getting started with a stick of butter. You want to use good quality butter. I got Kerrygold today. It's grass-fed butter, high quality. Use whatever's in the budget. This is a little bit more on the expensive side. However, around the holidays, a lot of times you can find it on sale, and when you do find it on sale, you want to stock up and put it in the fridge. There's other options out there. Finlandia is a good one. You know, there's tons of good grass-fed butters out there. Nice bright yellow, as you can see right here. Great flavor. I'm going to go ahead and melt that down. And I'm going in with 1 cup of brown sugar and 1 cup of white sugar. We're going to give that a mix. Get our diabetes acting up right out the gate. Man, candy yams. Let me know in the comments what your favorite holiday side is and what your favorite holiday combination is. A lot of people are going to say candy yams and mac and cheese. I think stuffing is highly underrated, or dressing, whatever you want to call it. Highly underrated. And collard greens don't get the respect they deserve sometimes too. But let me know what you think in the comments. We're going to get that going. I'm also going to go ahead and cut one of these oranges because we're going to use the orange juice. Again, you may not be accustomed to this, but it's one of the secret ingredients in my candy yams. It's fairly common, but I know sometimes when I post these recipes, people are a little surprised at the addition of orange juice. It's going to add a little bit of citrus, and this, you know, oranges are a little sweeter than, say, a lemon. So you get a little bit of the best of both worlds there. Get all the juice up out of there. Next up, we're gonna add some orange zest as well. So you get the flavor from the orange without the acid. So it kind of amplifies what we get from the orange juice. This is optional, but I really enjoyed in my candy yams. We're gonna go ahead and throw it in there. A lot of times you can kind of see the little specks popping out when you plate it up. Gives a good presentation as well. So there we go. Get that in there. 1 to 2 teaspoons of ginger. Give that a mix. You want to keep your heat on medium to medium low. You don't want it to be too high. You don't want the sugar to burn. We're going to add the sweet potatoes to this and toss them around. They're going to expel a little bit of their natural water, which is going to thin this sauce out a little bit and stretch it as well. And this should be just enough for the amount of sweet potatoes we got today. Before we do that, though, we're going in with the butter extract, the maple extract, and the vanilla extract. About a half teaspoon of butter extract, a half teaspoon of maple, and then 1 to 2 teaspoons of vanilla, depending on how much vanilla flavor you like in your candy yams. It's customizable to your preferences. Next up, we're putting a boatload of cinnamon in there. So we're looking at a good 1 to 2 tablespoons to start out, and then I like to add a little bit more once I get the sweet potatoes in there. Now, when it comes to nutmeg, you don't want to go as crazy as you do with the cinnamon because it's, you know, a little bit goes a long way. So I'd use about a third or a fourth of what you do when it comes to the cinnamon. Let's give that a good mix. This is looking good. In goes our salt. Salt's going to wake everything up, kind of bring all the flavors together. And now it's time to get those sweet potatoes in there. Again, guys, this is going to free you up from having to deal with the oven. A lot of stuff goes in the oven during the holiday season. This is something you do on the stovetop. It speeds up the process and it'll save you some oven space. All right, people, we're about half the way done at this point. As you can see, we have a lot more volume in terms of our liquid here, and that's because a lot of the water is coming out of the sweet potatoes, as we discussed earlier. It's smelling heavenly in here. If I could jar this up and make it a candle, I might be able to retire from YouTube. This smells so good in here. Once the potatoes are nice and tender, we're going to remove them from the pot, and then we're going to really concentrate on getting this syrup, or whatever you want to call it, a little bit thicker. So we're going to boil it down and reduce it, let the flavors concentrate, adjust the flavor profile as needed, pour that over our sweet potatoes before it's time to serve them. Always, guys, taste as you go, adjust the flavor to your preference. There's different ways you can switch the flavor up here. You could add things like bourbon or whiskey. You can use spiced rum. There's a number of ways that you can make this your own recipe. We're keeping it kind of simple today. Again, this is going to be delicious, and it saves you some oven space, and it comes together in about half the time if you were to cook them in the oven. All right, guys, we got about 5 minutes left to go here. The sauce, or the syrup, is starting to caramelize a little more and thicken up. I'm going to hit it with a little bit more cinnamon. You always want to taste as you go, adjust the flavor to your preference. A pinch more cinnamon's going in now. Then we're just going to fold that in. And man, you got something special on your hands. Pair this up right beside the macaroni and cheese on your plate and thank me later. Can't go wrong with a nice batch of candy yams. I have other recipes for this too. We got sweet potato casserole on the channel. We've got candy yams in the oven. Multiple different options for you today or any day on YouTube. So go ahead and search the channel for that. But if you need something quick, easy, and efficient, this is the way to go. All right, people, once the potatoes are fork tender and they taste just the way you want them, it's time to plate them up. This is the part where I say brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. The only thing left to do is dig in for the taste test. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right, guys, as you can see, we added a little extra syrup because why the hell not? We're here for a good time, not a long time. You can see the potatoes are fork tender, breaking right apart with the fork. I'm gonna go ahead and get in here for a bite. Oh man, look at that. That's what you want to see. There goes nothing.